guys, what's up? It's Rain. Today is October 11th of 2021. Happy Monday, folks. And I told y'all yet again, another clean sweep. If you followed all my bets between yesterday's video as well as my live bets I took on Twitter, we made out like a bandit with over 14 units of profit, baby. That's what I call abundance. I told y'all we'd make it rain yesterday. We did it. Clean sweep, clean sweep, clean sweep. 6-unit parlay smashed. Cardinals smashed. 49ers got absolutely smashed. Dallas live line smashed. Smashed every bet for the day. Parlay absolutely smashed. Chargers also smashed for us as well. Holy shit. Our NFL record is now 25-8, and our 2021 record is 225-160 for plus 65 correct picks. My word, we are absolutely red hot right now, and this streak is not going to stop. This is where a true test of the mental begins to kick in. You know, when you're getting to the top and you keep on eating and all your people around you are starting to eat, this shows a real true test of character. And so I spent an extra long amount of time really putting in so much effort into today's bet because I really want to make us continue bounce back with a beautiful abundance and show y'all how real and authentic I am about this streak. Like always, y'all, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. We are one sub away from 100. Please sub so I can get the custom YouTube link, youtube.com/rainbets. Please sub, please sub, please sub, please sub. I'll never make y'all pay for picks or do any of that bullshit. All that I ask is that you get value from my video. Just subscribe, share it to a friend. That's all I ask. Just do that. Like always, y'all, I love y'all. Comment your favorite pick from you or from me down below. The person with the most correct picks every Sunday to Sunday will win $10. All right, y'all, without further ado, let's get the show on the road right now. All right, y'all, coming in hot, obviously Monday Night Football, so there is only one game on the slip today. It is the Indianapolis Colts facing off against the Baltimore Ravens. This line opened up at +-4 in favor of the Ravens and has now moved all the way to +-7. Over under is at 48, chilled around 48, 46, 47 on all sports books as well. So here we go, folks. The 1-3 Indianapolis Colts are heading to Baltimore to take on the 3-1 Ravens. Now, Vegas has predicted this to be an absolute ass kicking, and you know, to be honest, I don't blame them. You know, the Colts enter this game off of their very first win of the season going against Jacoby, Brisset, and the Dolphins. All right, so not even the Tua Dolphins, the Jacoby Brisset Dolphins, which Jacoby Brisset ain't bad. It's just, you know, backup quarterback coming in. It's not what your whole offense is built around. So the Dolphins really are pretty bad. And the Colts are also ranking 22nd in the NFL for points scored per game. So offensively, they suck. Offensively, the Colts are really, really fucking bad. And, you know, the injury woes are the story for the Indianapolis Colts throughout this entire season. Yet again, T.Y. Hilton is out. Multiple wide receivers are out. Carson Wentz is banged up with something different each and every fucking week. This O-line looks like it's something that came straight out of the fucking longest yard with the amount of replacements they have and everybody banged up in there. And it's just, you know, one of the interesting aspects of this team, though, is although they are 1-3, they really haven't performed that bad. Like, yes, they've had double-digit losses in pretty much almost all of their games. You know, they lost by 9 to Tennessee, but they only lost by 3 to the Rams, and they lost by 12 to the Seahawks. So, ultimately, what has kept them, you know, in games close to the end pretty much for every matchup is their running attack. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, man. Jonathan Taylor is a complete fucking stud. Jonathan Taylor is an absolute animal, an absolute monster, and you know, despite how shit this O-line is, the fact that he still manages to get a consistent amount of yards and put up points for this team absolutely baffles me, and it's just it's fucking incredible. So shout out to Jonathan Taylor. You know, I hope eventually the Colts get better or you get traded to a better team because you are one of the best running backs in the entire league, if not the very best right now. You know, on a bright spot though for my Colts fans out there, defensively, you know, the Colts, they've played pretty solid. They've played pretty solid, especially in points allowed per game, where they're only ranking 8th. They're ranking 8th in the NFL, which is a very, very nice surprise. But ultimately, you know, the Colts are banged up. The Colts suck. Carson Wentz really fucking sucks. And the only way that, you know, they even have a chance today to even hang in this game is if Jonathan Taylor just straight up goes Marshawn Lynch style and puts the fucking team on his back, holds his dick, and just carries this Colts offense on these like 9.5-minute yard, 95 drives of just pure running the ball, like literally fucking 3 downs per every first down to just get them in a position where they can put up points consistently and milk this clock, which it's going to be really, really hard for the Colts to do that because the one good aspect of this Ravens defense is their run game. Yes, their run defense is absolutely phenomenal. Looking into this more, I mean, they ranked 8th in the NFL for their rush defense. It's actually the only good thing about their defense. Their pass defense is pretty subpar. But when the Ravens are going against a Colts offense who ranks 27th in passing, it really shouldn't be much of a challenge, especially with the lack of talent that the Colts have on the offensive side receiving wise. So the Ravens are basically in a very good position because the Colts' only strength is a run game is playing directly into the Ravens' strength. And then the Ravens' strength offensively is they can put up points against fucking everyone. I mean, they're absolute studs. Marquise Brown is finally getting back on track with being an absolute madman after all those drops against Detroit. But, something that's very interesting about the -7 line here is that I don't like -7. I really don't. I think that's too high. I think that's way too high for a Ravens team, and the public has pushed it up way too high that it's very bad value to buy it at, especially with a Ravens team that, although they did dominate the Broncos in their very last matchup, they almost lost to the Lions. Like they beat the Lions by fucking 2 with a game they should have lost due to a bullshit call from the refs that would have made that 66-yard field goal be like a 71-yard field goal. Which, no hate on Justin Tucker here. Phenomenal kick. Great guy. Absolutely phenomenal kick. Hell yeah, go Ravens. You have the longest kick in the world. But, the refs can only save you so many times in that aspect. So I don't really give it just doesn't give me a lot of faith in this Ravens team, to consistently perform offensively yet. Now, yes, the Ravens are home. This is them finally being home after back-to-back away games, whereas you now have the Colts who are entering on the second part of an away game stretch now straight into Baltimore. Baltimore, no matter what, is an extremely hard place to play. A lot of teams struggle there, and Lamar Jackson just seems to always fucking come alive, especially in primetime situations. So ultimately, y'all, this game should be a blowout for the Ravens. It should be a blowout for the Ravens, but due to how close the Colts were able to play, against the Rams and the inconsistency I've seen from this Ravens offense here and there, we're going to be taking 2 separate bets because I just don't like the spread and I just don't like the over and under. But I do have something that I absolutely do fucking love. So first bet of the day, here we go. It is a parlay. You're going to be taking an alternate spread on the Ravens. You're going to take Ravens -2.5. Now, if you take Ravens -2.5, you're at -280 odds, right? And you're like, oh, Rain, I don't really like that. I don't want to risk 280 to 100. I feel you. Trust me, I got you. You're going to be parlaying that with a Marquise Brown anytime touchdown. Now, this is going to give you +170 odds. Now, you're probably like, Rain, why wouldn't I just take Marquise Brown to score a touchdown no matter what? Because by taking the Ravens -2.5, you're getting an extra +60 onto these odds. And if the Ravens are going to win this game, they're going to win. They're going to win at least by 3. It should be a fucking blowout, but the Ravens are inconsistent. So the 2.5 covers our ass there, as well as boost up that option for Marquise Brown touchdown anytime to go from +110 to +170. I absolutely love that bet. I'm putting 1 unit on that as well. I think it's phenomenal. Marquise Brown has shown that he is still Hollywood Brown. Hollywood still is about that action after all those touchdown drops against the Lions. We should be able to see Hollywood Brown really, really, really perform here again once as well, especially against a Colts team that has given up touchdowns to multiple receivers in every single game they've played so far this season. Marquise Brown had a phenomenal game against the Broncos and has scored a touchdown in every single game besides the Lions in that game where he dropped them all and should have had touchdowns. So I expect Marquise Brown to absolutely dominate, and I love that. So +170 odds, putting 1 unit on that. Ravens -2.5, Marquise Brown anytime touchdown score. Lock it and load it. All right, last bet I am going to be taking today, and this one's a little bit out of character for me. It really is, because I don't like taking anything that is above a -110. I don't like doing it just because, as a consistent professional sports bettor, the rule of thumb is you always you want the odds in your favor, and so when the odds are less in your favor, you're taking on much more risk for a better bet, right? But in this scenario, I do absolutely love this bet, and I'm putting 2 units on it. So it is -130 odds for 2 units. I am going to be taking the Ravens first half -4. Now, the reason it's -130 odds and the reason that it's first half -4 is because the Ravens are absolutely fucking dominant. The Ravens have, even in the game they lost, they've been in the lead by 4 points or more in the first half of every single game they've played. Now, the Colts are arguably the worst team that the Ravens have played thus far this season, and the Colts, on the other hand, are a terrible first half team. They have been behind by an average of 5 points in the first half against every team they've played so far this season. For most parts, with the other ones, it's been like 7 points, 10 points, then a couple they were only down by 2, right? So the Colts, ultimately, though, they're just not a first-half team, and I don't feel like the Colts are going to be able to establish the run game against this Ravens rush defense that has played very, very well despite all the injuries. And ultimately, it's going to force Carson Wentz to throw the ball, which Carson Wentz, to be real, fucking sucks. Carson Wentz sucks right now. We want Carson Wentz to throw the ball because it's going to force more turnovers, and it is going to leave a lot more clock available that is not going to be run off from the run game, which in fact will then lead more possessions for Lamar Jackson, which will then lead to Lamar Jackson scoring more and more and more and more and more. So that is why I love Ravens first half -4 and -130 odds for 2 units. That is my last bet of the day as well. Lock it and load it. So again, quick recap: Ravens -2.5, Marquise Brown touchdown, +170 odds 1 unit. Ravens first half -4, -130 odds for 2 units. All right, y'all. I love y'all to death. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for the kind words on Twitter. I mean, every single time that all these super big bets hit and all that stuff, I love all the hype. I love all the energy. Like I said, my dream is to get hired by Barstool Sports. Fucking Dave Portnoy, Big Cat, PFT, even fucking Billy Football. I don't give a fuck. Whatever I got to do, I'll wipe whoever's ass I need to. I'm trying to get out of that door. I'm ready. I'm locked and loaded. Everything's self-produced. I do all my own independent research, write up my own reports on each and every single game that I take. And you know what? I'm a fucking winner. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And like always, let's make it rain. Abundance, baby. Peace.